What is up, everyone? Your boy Boyo is back, and this is part 2 of Bully Bosses Ranked. Getting a lot of MeWe notifications. I need to turn off my notifications in all my groups if I ever figure out how to. But yeah, last time you ranked the first 7 bosses, and yeah, this time we're going to be ranking the last 5 bosses. Oh my god, fuck off. Stupid ass fucking notifications. Anyway, before we get started, I'd like to talk a little more about Ernest. The last video was interrupted by, a lot of drama. I'm not really going to explain what happened, but, yeah, yeah, so back to Ernest. I do think that Ernest is a great boss, and he's the hardest boss in the game. But is he a good boss? Well, it provides a lot of challenge, but it's actually so hard it gets to the point where it actually pisses you off. So yeah, he is a good boss because of the challenge, but he can take a while to take down. And by the way, Ernest is kind of a hated character in the Bully fan base. So I don't know. Maybe if you were to fight him later on, like after all the shit went down with Mandy and stuff, I think that would make more sense. I mean, there's a reason why the missions happened in the order they did, but it had something to do with the beta. I mean, I think the Nathan NS has a video on it, so you can check that out if you want. But yeah, boss number 8 is my least favorite boss, Konstantinos Brakis. Now, in case you've never beat Bully before, or like you only beat it once, Konstantinos is the mascot. And if you still don't know who I'm talking about, if you know the game Penalty Shots, the game that you can sometimes play outside the gym where you kick the soccer ball at him, yeah, he's basically the kid from Penalty Shots. And you had to fight him to get the bull outfit. Now, the reason I hate this boss, the reason I hate Konstantinos Brakis, is because he always fucking kicks you and it slows you down. And it doesn't get to the point where it pisses you off, but it does get pretty fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. And because he's constantly kicking you and trying to ram you, it really slows you down. What is my strategy advice for this boss? I don't really have much strategy advice. All I gotta say is, be sure you complete a lot of art classes before you do this, because they give you kissing bonuses, and just kiss your favorite bully waifu before this mission for extra health. And when you get to the fight, just put up the best fight you got, I guess. Not really much to say on that. I really hate that boss because it's time consuming and he slows you down, but I mean, I even tried using weapons on him, so I would say you should be heavily armed, but that won't work. Weapons don't do much damage on him for some reason. So yeah, just try your best to put up your best fight, because he will kick you even when you're trying to attack him and slow you down. So just give it your all and whoop his ass. That's all I gotta say. Boss number 9 is the leader of the Jocks, Ted Thompson. And as the Nathan NS has explained, Ted is a very underdeveloped character, but is he a good boss? Yeah. I really do like the mission, the big game is my favorite mission in Bully overall, just because you're finally getting revenge on the Jocks, and I always have hated the Jocks with a passion, because they're constantly attacking you whenever you go on their turf, especially Damon, and it gets really annoying, especially when you don't know that many fighting moves. It really can be an extremely annoying boss, to be completely honest. Excuse me. And, yeah. The reason I hate the Jocks is because they always attack you and whatnot. And I just love how you finally get revenge on them and stuff. And you earn their respect after the fight. But it doesn't last long because Gary spreads rumors about you after the whole fight. Well, not after the fight, but after making a mark. The first mission in Chapter 5, he spreads a lot of rumors about you, so that Jock's respect doesn't really last long. It only comes back after you defeat Gary and stuff. Okay, now for my strategy advice. This boss fight is all about good timing. Basically, what you gotta do is just take the footballs and throw them back at the Jocks, and do your best to be really careful. I mean, just throw them at the Jocks, and you should be fine. And whenever Ted sends one of his friends after you, just beat them up and then proceed with the mission. And by all means, do not get close to Ted's defense line, because they will throw you around if you actually approach them, and it can take forever to escape. And they'll just throw you all over the place, and you won't be able to escape for a while. So by all means, do not approach Ted's defense line until you're done taking him out. And Ted himself is very disappointing. It could have been a better boss fight, but I think his fight and Complete Mayhem makes up for that. But yeah, basically all you gotta do is tackle him, and that's it. I mean, the rest of the boss fight is pretty good, but when you actually face Ted himself, it's pretty disappointing. But like I said, his fighting Complete Mayhem makes up for that. However, I do think that his Complete Mayhem boss fight could have included Damon, and that would have made it a much better fight, in all honesty. Boss number 10, I believe, is Omar Romero. Forgive me if I'm getting his last name wrong, because Peanut has a similar last name. Peanut Romano, one of Johnny Vincent's lieutenants, he has a similar last name. But I'm pretty sure Omar, his last name is Romero, so yeah, Omar Romero. You gotta fight him to get the key to get to Edgar and whatnot. And I strongly recommend that you're heavily loaded with weapons, because you're going to need it to take out them 2 other townies. However, do not use those weapons throughout the whole busting in 2-part mission, because they will go to waste. I mean, sure, you can find more, but just try to conserve your weapons for when you get to Omar, because they will come in handy, I promise. And boom, you can get the key and you're all done. Boss number 11 is Edgar Munson, leader of the Townies. Honestly, Edgar's one of the hardest bosses in the game, because you gotta be really quick. I mean, for starters, you gotta pull that metal shield thing off the wall, whatever the fuck it is, and you gotta use it to block Edgar's attacks, and it's so fucking annoying. It's annoying as hell, and you just gotta block them, and it really is hard to fight back. The second half is pretty easy once you get a hold of a pipe. I mean, you gotta be really quick in the second half. You gotta be really quick and get a pipe. Otherwise, he will knock you out. But once you get that pipe, just keep beating the shit out of him with it, and you should be done. And finally, boss number 12 is Gary. Like I said, I think Gary is the third easiest boss in the game, and it's very underwhelming. Especially if you did all the A Little Help missions and completed gym class and learned all the new fighting moves. And it should be really easy. You just gotta beat the living crap out of him. And pretty much all he does is he tries to knock you off the balconies. But yeah, Gary's pretty much an extremely easy boss. Just got to beat the shit out of him. However, if you if you did slacking on the Little Help missions, then you might have a hard time. But if not, which I'm sure most players are smart enough to do those Little Help missions and search for the radio transistors, because obviously you gotta prepare yourself. But yeah, most players should be smart enough to collect transistors and do the Little Help missions. So if you did those, you should be fine, and you should beat the living crap out of them if he's. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for all the bully bosses ranked. Overall, I'd say my favorite boss is Darby Harrington, and my least favorite is the mascot, aka Constantinos Brachus. Some bosses are very easy, like Davis, and other bosses, like Ernest, can be extremely hard. But just do your very best to put up a good fight, and you should win. Well, that's going to do it for the bully bosses ranking video, and yeah, I love you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.